The flames keep growing and so does the damage. Two of Colorado's largest wildfires continue to spread as firefighters race to slow them down.
The wildfires could get worse in the next couple of days as we're entering a weekend of hot temperatures. Our weather impact team is tracking the latest conditions and the dangers that come with it.
Up and away, the Erie Balloon Festival is lifting off this morning. We're live with a front row seat to the launch.
We start this hour with the now 10th largest wildfire in Colorado history. The Ferris Fire continues to burn in Dolores County. This is one of the many fires that we are covering right now in Dolores and Montezuma counties. Yesterday, firefighters built more containment lines in the Dolores River Canyon using plan burns to remove fuel along forest roads. Recent rain and higher humidity helped slow fire activity, but fire managers warn hotter, drier weather this weekend could cause the fire to pick up again. As of this morning, it's burned nearly 100 square miles with containment at 19%. And Sam, this is just one of several large fires that crews are trying to get a handle on.
That's right, Corey. The Aspen Acres fire remains the 7th largest in state history. The flames have burned about 150 square miles across Pueblo and Custer counties. It has burned more than 260 homes. More than 1,800 firefighters from 29 states are currently fighting this fire. The states that you see there on the map marked in red show which states have sent crews out to help. And due to so many firefighters fighting this fire, the campus of CSU Pueblo has become a temporary base, or a base camp rather. They're calling it Firefighter City. There they can eat, shower, sleep before going straight back to the fire lines. As of this morning, crews have that fire 20% contained. An important part of the ongoing firefight is the aerial attack. Very important. Thank you for joining us at 6 a.m. this Friday. I'm Sam Shocker.
And I'm Corey Rose. The so-called super scoopers are playing a huge role. They can cover a lot of ground in just seconds. Bridger Aerospace has sent some of its planes to Colorado to help battle the Aspen Acres fire. Right now, 2 of their scooper planes are in our state. They're being used for fire suppression, and much of their time here has been spent working on the Aspen Acres fire. Yesterday, the crew was also called out to another fire, the Elk Fire. That's burning in Hinsdale County. 9 News caught up with a longtime super scooper pilot. He gave us a bird's eye view of what it takes to fight fires from the sky and why these planes are so important.
So with every scoop, we're picking up about 1,400 gallons, so 12,000 pounds. We can move a lot of water and really attack the fire directly and knock it down. Control the smoke for visibility for other aircraft, cool down the fire line for everybody on the ground to help out.
Scott Blue says the situation has changed a lot over the years. There's no such thing now as a wildfire season. It's a year-round battle for crews. Now we want to head over to our Katie LaSalle in the Weather Impact Center. And Katie, we're about to see temperatures really spike over the next few days.
Hot, dry, and unfortunately windy, yes, in the coming days. But this morning it is pretty calm, mostly clear skies. Thank you to all of those helping battle multiple wildfires, particularly the Aspen Acres fire, where we do have the chance for a few rainstorms in the forecast for this afternoon. Then it's a ridge of high pressure building in. Extreme heat on the way. Fire danger the highest Sunday and Monday, mainly in the mountains. And we are bracing for some record high heat west of the Continental Divide and even for the Denver area. Now this morning it's nice and calm and clear and temperatures are in the upper 50s, slightly cooler than average, and a high of around 90 degrees expected this afternoon. It's 30s and low 40s from Breckenridge to Granby this morning, 50s across the majority of the eastern plains. Winds are calm, less than 10 miles per hour across much of the state. Planner for today, by 10 o'clock, 77 degrees, so a quick warm up ahead, but seasonal for this time of the year, 90 degrees, the expected high, and a 30% possibility of a gusty storm. Now, we are not talking severe weather risks, at least for the Front Range and northeastern plains, 70s and 80s in the mountains. I'll take you through futurecasts where we are expecting to see a strong storm or two over the southeastern plains. The timing of that still to come. Brianna?
Katie, thank you so much. 6:03 is your time, giving you a live look right now of 270 at Vasquez, where we were tracking a crash earlier this morning. We were seeing crews, but while Katie was talking, so just a couple seconds ago, those crews already left the scene. It looks like one vehicle still on that far right shoulder, and this was causing delays for anyone trying to take I-70 and then 270 trying to hop onto I-25. So let me get to your drive times, especially along that stretch where we are seeing some heavy delays. These are residual delays between that morning rush hour traffic and that crash, we are seeing delays starting from Vasquez, Quebec, and then again, if you're taking 270 heading westbound. So please keep that in mind. Right now, your drive should take you about 6 minutes, but we are slowing down because, again, a lot of folks are heading out the door right now. Now, if you are taking Santa Fe, you definitely want to hear this. Expect major delays if you're driving on Santa Fe this weekend, because starting tonight at midnight, crews will close Santa Fe both directions, so between Evans and Florida Avenue. The closure will last through early Monday morning. Crews will lift 2 massive sections of a new pedestrian and bike bridge into place.
This project has been in the works for a long time, planning for this. You know, we don't have a lot of good ways for people to cross over Santa Fe there safely. So, you know, a lot of people will choose Evans Avenue to walk and bike, and there's just a lot of cars there. So by creating this bike and pedestrian bridge, it provides people with a much easier, safer way to cross.
And this is going to be such a huge deal this weekend because Nancy, who you just heard from, they were telling us that 60,000 people travel through this stretch daily. So when the bridge opens up next year, it's going to connect neighborhoods on both sides of Santa Fe while also improving access to nearby RTD light rail stations. But in the meantime, drivers should plan ahead and expect detours through Monday.
Anna, thank you. Also a heads up for anyone heading up to the mountains tomorrow. About 4,000 cyclists will take part in the Triple Bypass Bike Tour traveling from Evergreen to Avon. To keep riders safe, US 6 over Loveland Pass will close to most vehicle traffic from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. Drivers should also expect temporary closures on Highway 103 and Alvarado Road, along with heavy bike traffic on several mountain roads. State troopers remind drivers to give cyclists at least 3 feet of space when passing.
With temps nearing triple digits in Denver this weekend, AAA is warning parents and pet owners about the dangers of parked cars. 9 News reporter Jaleesa Irizarry joins us live now. And Jaleesa, experts say a few seconds, just a few seconds, can make all the difference.
Yeah, Sam, AAA says heat waves like this one do increase the risk of hot car deaths, but that's why they recommend building habits to prevent tragedies like that from happening. Now, safety experts say parents should avoid leaving a child or a pet in a parked car at any time, even if the windows are down. Parents should also create reminders by leaving something important with their kid, like their purse or wallet, to get them to check their back seat. But AAA says the danger isn't always a child left behind. Sometimes it's a child who gets in on their own.
A quarter of all these deaths every year are from children who let themselves into vehicles. These aren't parents who left a kid in the car. It's a child getting into a car. So be really vigilant with your children that cars are not toys, they're not playthings, to stay away from them unless you're riding in one, and to lock that car in your driveway or in your garage.
Now, Colorado law does protect someone from breaking into a car to rescue a pet or a child, but there are some stipulations to that, including they have to call 911 first and they have to make a reasonable effort to locate the driver. Reporting live in Denver, Jaleesa Irizarry, 9 News.
Jaleesa, thank you. Groups across Denver are getting ready to help people outside from the incoming triple-digit heat. The Denver Rescue Mission is extending its hours at Lawrence Street Community Center. People will be able to escape the heat with AC and cold water. The Denver Circular Bus will be running to drop people off at the center. It will be open from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. through the weekend and into next week when the heat is expected to peak.
RTD is reporting a drop in crime as the result of keeping the elevator doors open. The idea started as a pilot program at 3 stations more than 2 years ago. The agency said they get a lot of calls about illegal activities inside of those elevators. RTD says the move has cut security calls and criminal activity by more than 50% at 4 locations. People can still use the elevator. They just will stay open when not in use.
Meanwhile, Aurora police say they are seeing big results after cracking down on dangerous driving. Officers targeted the I-225 and South Parker Road corridor, one of the city's worst areas for crashes, by stepping up enforcement and reminding drivers to slow down. In just 6 weeks, crashes dropped from 14 to just 2, which is an 86% decrease. Officers also handed out 126 tickets, mostly for speeding and ignoring traffic signals.
Denver Mayor Mike Johnston announced a $100 million initiative to support 10,000 jobs citywide over the next 3 years. The initiative has 4 parts: Launch Denver, which turns ideas into companies; Build Denver, which provides loans to small businesses; Work Denver, which trains residents for careers in a number of fields; and Open Denver, which brings new jobs and office leases to downtown Denver. Johnston says the financial backing is a key piece to bringing more people and business here.
We do know a lot of those places that are less fun to live throw a bunch of money at these companies to be able to say, all right, might not be as good as Denver, but we'll give you more money. Our belief is we know folks want to come here. If we can at least compete on the economic incentives, that allows us to change a lot of people's minds towards the place where their employees would most want to live, which would be Denver.
The initiative is powered in part by new investments from the Denver Downtown Development Authority.
While the city is betting on more job growth, a new study suggests Denver's hiring market is already holding strong. Job Leads calls Denver one of the most active hiring markets in the Mountain West, with more than 91,000 job openings posted during the first 3 months of the year. But the report also found salary offers for specialized positions have dropped about 5% since late last year. Management, healthcare, IT, and engineering continue to account for many of the open jobs across the metro area.